Should probably unmute. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to the Gamer Gear Podcast, episode 34. Episode 34. I literally didn't update it. Wow.
What's up, Jamers?
Okay. How is it going? All right. So, this is gonna be a short and sweet Gamer Gear podcast. It's just me and Jax. So hopefully this won't go to like an hour and a half.
The gamers.
Real.
The real gamers.
So I've been playing some Persona 5 recently because it's been re-released on every platform. It used to just be on PS4 and by backwards compatibility PlayStation 5, but now it's on Xbox, it's on Nintendo Switch, it's on PC, and I like I'm not playing it on Switch, but I did see a video that was like. See, it was like dissecting the resolution and the performance of Persona 5 on Switch. It runs pretty well.
It's one of the most stable Switch games ever released.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on in docked mode, from what I heard, it runs at about 900p, but the character portraits and the graphic icons are at 1080p. So it looks pretty smooth, and also it's a very stable 30 FPS.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, that's I'm glad. A lot of people's first Persona game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like it just kind of blew up. This came out originally in 2017, correct?
Yeah, the first version came out. Yeah, and then 2 years later, Royal came out.
Yeah, so very, very cool. So far I am loving the game. I'm about 11 hours in, and I think this just kind of broke a curse of mine, where every time I play video games, if I'm not streaming, I'm listening to something else in the background, like a podcast or a video or something of the sort. This I'm just experiencing it for the experience. So. I think this is actually a very amazing game. Like the set, you're simping for a game when you compliment the sound design. All right, it's it's amazing. Okay, the music, the battle strategy is pretty good. I like the gun mechanics. I probably I don't know for the battle mechanics alone, I'd probably have to rank Octopath Traveler above it. Because I think the boost mechanic is very much more engaging. But I think in terms of the atmosphere and how you just kind of do stuff in the daytime, also the story. I mean, like the story in Octopath Traveler, there's straight up 8 different stories.
What story?
What story
talking about?
Oh wait, I'm hearing Jax has an echo. Let me just fix that. Okay, Jax no longer has an echo.
So, yay! I've returned to the Persona 5 is a great game. It is a great game. Persona 5 Royal is every Persona game gets an expansion re-release, and they're worth it. I would say FES or Persona 3 Portable is great. Persona 4 Golden is one of my favorite games of all time, and Royal, you're having a great time, Manic, which is great.
Yeah.
I still think that you would still have a great time if you played the original Persona 5, but the amount of stuff there's a lot of things they add into every dungeon. Every dungeon's been touched and stuff in 5 that if you went back, you'd be like, damn, they really did make this game better. Because Persona 5 was a 10 out of 10, and Royal's just like 11 out of 10.
11 out, yeah, exactly. Because with this, I didn't even know that the grappling hook was added in Royal. So, I just kind of assumed he always had it. Joker had it in Smash Bros. So, and even the first dungeon, Komoshida's Castle, that had a section where you got the grappling hook.
So yeah. Can this become a Kamoshida hate channel? Does he not motivate you to be powerful enough to destroy the universe?
I'm how do I
biggest He's got the biggest chin in the world.
Biggest chin.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, yeah. Spoiler alert for like the first two scenes that feature him. Yeah, he is a bad guy.
Oh no, he's a bad adult. Oh
He's a
no.
he's a bad adult in control over students. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not good, dude. I mean, my high school life would be very very interesting with a Komashita figure.
Oh my god. He's got to be
Because Because normally when an assistant teacher or somebody at the school diddles kids, it's kind of just like, okay, he's out of here. We're not gonna speak anything. We're just gonna like pretend he never existed.
a lot of
But
people don't under, a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot of Persona fans are like kids or like really young people. Persona's really dark. There's a lot of messed up stuff that's like either said, alluded to, or basically like, hey, this just happened. Um, so that's why it's hard for me to believe that a lot of people have played this game because there's a lot of dark stuff people just don't mention. Um, but again, it's all motivation to become stronger in this game.
yeah. So
And
and the only real thing I knew about Persona 5 going into it was the general aesthetic, the red, black, and white style to it. That Mementos exists, and I haven't even reached Mementos yet.
oh my god,
And like the basic characters of Joker and Morgana. I know that on and uh what's his name, Ryu's not Ryuzaki. That's Death Note. That's a Death Note character. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I knew they and also I kind of knew that you go on your phone and you had a very limited amount of days to do whatever the objective was. But like I'm surprised how much I didn't know of this going into it. Considering I'm here like for the past 5 or so years, it's just been like, dude, this game's so good. And
yeah.
yeah,
Most like Persona 3, 4, and 5 have a lot in common. Persona 5 just has like more depth into like weapons and stuff. So if you play like Persona 4 or 3 later on, like, oh, this is just a simpler version. But there's that depth is still in all the other games. So if this satisfies you, you can go buy Persona 4 Golden, which is like I think still $20 on Steam, which is a very good idea because like they could have easily sold it for 60.
yeah. Yeah. That's actually very impressive, and yeah, I'd say it's definitely worth that 60 price tag. Obviously it's kind of a 5-year-old game, but I'd still say it's worth it considering how good it is. And the Chaz in a super chat just said for $5, you need some G Fuel energy drinks to play more Persona 5. You're gonna want to if it's like midnight. You gotta keep going. Just,
This game will put you in a position where like I need to keep on going. I need to like because like there's a lot of like it's hard because like Persona's in the day cycle, right? Then the day end, then you wake up the next day, you either go to school or you have the weekend off.
mhm.
Um, what you the amount of freedom this game's gonna give you later on, Manic, is gonna kill you. It's gonna
Yeah,
give you so much freedom, like you're like I don't know what to do, and then but then you're like I can do everything.
I am very much I don't know how to say it, but it's definitely kind of overwhelming seeing the amount of options I have and the little time I get. It's kind of ridiculous how like I woke up and it was the day off of school, and then I crafted like two things, and then it's like just straight from morning to friggin' evening. It's like what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Like, what if I told you that it was even worse in the original version of 5? Like, Morgana
Oh.
didn't even let you do stuff that much. They had to cut that out when they did the re-release. Um, but like, eventually, once you get like more confidants, they'll unlock more things. So they'll do stuff for you. Like, I think you can even weight train in this game. Like, you could just like
Yeah.
work out, which is really funny
There,
because you got to boost your social stats.
there is a gym, but so far I don't know what, but it's not gonna let me go into the gym. Morgana just says, "Oh, you're really gonna pay money for a gym?" It's like, is there any other option for me?
It unlocks like because you can like work out at your house or I guess your little apartment or whatever you want to call it.
I bought a DVD player. I haven't even used it yet. I rented out something. I rented out some movie. I haven't watched it yet. I just because. And by the way, I just had to clarify. I did wait until the final day to send the letter.
Yeah. So this is a question for you, man, that I have. Unlike Persona 3 and 4, Persona 5 like makes it where it takes at least 3 days to do a dungeon. In Persona 4 and 5, you can complete that dungeon the day it starts.
Yeah.
Like in 4, the dungeon activates, you can complete it, and then you have that time. Um, the game makes a lot of days pass in Persona 5, and it feels like you're losing time. You're really not, but it's like, hey, 4 days just passed by because they make you do a bunch of stuff, and it's like, oh my god, I just want to walk around and talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to know like what will pass time, what will not.
Yeah.
It is weird. I was confused on the getting a job part because I don't know. I didn't pay close enough to attention. I think it was On's text dialogue that I was like, "Oh yeah, we have to go here to get it to like find a job." It's like, where is that?
Um, jobs are some jobs are mandatory if you want to progress in characters like side quests. So you have to go and like get a job and work at a convenience store a little bit
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to
I saw
progress.
somebody from my team, the one I forgot the name of. He just showed up when I was working at 777.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. It just flushes it. And also after doing my laundry, just the doctor just shows up.
Yeah. My favorite character in the game.
Yeah, that I don't know, that's crazy how you just kind of have to just like, oh yeah. Yeah, test yourself medically to get cheaper medicine.
Now, it is possible to 100% this game in one playthrough, but there is a new game plus that carries everything over.
Oh.
Um, so when I played Royal, I've only beat Royal once. Is because I did a 100% playthrough of it. I followed a guide because there's a whole new story in Royal. So like there's a bunch of stuff like so like I don't want to make a mistake and I want to see everything.
Yeah. So since there's a new gameplay because you cannot return to dungeons you previously went to.
Yeah,
So I do try to go through everything before like as I go through it, try to like explore. It- And yeah, there's definitely some depth to these dungeons. I just the way how Komoshida's castle completely wrapped around like with the
yeah.
painting, I thought that was genius. Eh,
The skulls like you can collect like the three skulls. That's new. That wasn't
mhm.
in the original. Uh, there's a
Oh,
bunch of new stuff because they've touched every palace. They've been touched. They've been some of the worst dungeons of all time have been fixed. So it's a good thing. But I like Kamoshida's palace. It's a good dungeon. I think it's really nice, a nice theme to it. The boss fight was really cool. Like I feel like you got a good taste of hype.
mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very good game. I should talk about elaborate on the combat now because
The
it-
style.
yeah, the stuff, but just purely on a functional basis. I do see some cracks into it. So the in Komoshida's castle so far, I do feel like the variety of persona, they're called persona, not the random counters, but the enemies you see in the knights.
They're
Sh-
they're shadows, but if
oh yeah,
you take
shadows.
control of them, they become
Okay,
personas.
okay. See, my initial thing is to say Shimigami because this is a Shimigami Tensei thing.
Yeah, it's part of the same series.
Yeah, so uh, I just think there's not a wide enough variety of them because in a certain area, like if you get or like I had this battle where it was just two Twilight prostitutes and two of like the flying goblin things, and then like thing is, after I defeated all four, it was another four, and it was the same two shadows, and I defeated them, and the same two shadows also popped up again. So
Yeah.
so what? Okay, like I feel like if it's the same encounter, why not switch it up and have multiple different ones?
Uh,
Like try to just
the way it is like certain like shadows won't appear in other dungeons. So these are the spots where you would do like the dialogue or try to get them to join your party
yeah
because there's like eventually you'll see like Jack Frost and stuff, and he's only in certain locations. So these are like your chances to counter him and do a conversation and gain them or not. Um, and also like every dungeon every palace has a theme, so you'll eventually you start seeing more theme that fits what they're at. And then you get the mini bosses and stuff, which are one of a kind.
yeah, and also I thought it was a shame that I had to execute Arsene first. Like technically
Yeah.
there was a way if I knew I could have. I could have just like had different more personas before being forced into executing two of them. But
Um. Okay, so without spoiling it, out of the three main characters that you've met so far, the main character Joker, Ryuji, and On, who has your favorite awakening? And when you get to see their persona, who do you like? Who do you like the most in terms of like Captain Kidd or whatever
oh,
On's persona is? I can't even remember. Carmen, her name's
Carmen,
Carmen.
yeah. I mean I just like Joker because the it was the first one obviously, and I think that really just benefits the sequence because you have no idea what's going on, awakening, and Joker removes the mask, and
Yeah.
it's just like it's blood, so it was like sealed to his face or something.
Hmm.
I I
Yeah.
I did not know about the that part about
They
it.
have they have to literally rip themselves apart to summon their power.
Real.
Because every persona, like Persona 4 has like guns, and then 4 has cards. 3, so each game's different, but that's just hilarious. I'm glad you're liking this game because like when this game came out a few years ago, I was like obsessed with it. I'm like, oh no, I'm becoming the Joker,
Yeah.
and they call him Joker. It just kills me, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I just named my you know, I named myself in the game. I just like, okay, Joker Morbius. That was the name. Cuz
Damn.
I didn't know Joker was a like Phantom Thieves name. I just kind of thought I mean, I don't even know what I was thinking.
Do you like Morgana? A lot of people hate Morgana. A lot of people do not like that character. Do not like that cat.
Morgana's cool.
A lot of people hate him so much, and I've never got the hate, but people really hate him.
For real.
Him and his he doesn't get a gun, he gets a slingshot because Joker's dual pistols. Ryuji's a
Duel?
shotgun. Yeah, doesn't he eventually has two? Well, I think later on eventually he'll have dual pistols.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So
Um,
so far the only one the like I only like for guns. Ryuji's gun is really good. Sometimes it's kind of inconsistent, and also On's is like for the spread. Like you can just like like it has so much ammo, and you can just like just shoot everywhere.
Originally in Persona 5, when you used up your gun ammo, that was it. You just had to wait till you came back later. Like,
Oh,
yeah, guns ran out. And then they ran out and they didn't refill.
that that I feel like that would just be like it'd make the guns kind of worthless.
I think they were really strong originally. They were really strong, so
Oh,
you only
okay.
use them. But like, no one ever used the guns. Like, let me just use something else because eventually you have so many items and so many ways you can tackle stuff. It's
Yeah.
different.
I I heard that the difficulty in this game is very unbalanced. How like the like extra hard difficulty is easier than hard.
There are there are certain mechanics that let you exploit the game. Uh, so you can really, really, real like the game has like some bullshit. Like there's like an enemy who's like you can't like the only way you can defeat me is to hit me, but I only take one physical damage per hit, and you just gotta deal with it. Um, I beat the game on not the newest difficulty, the one that we had originally, because I didn't want to sweat, but I still sweat because like some later, like it's possible that Manic might vanish for a week on like YouTube because he's gonna fight some enemies that's gonna destroy him. He's got to get all that damage in. There's a lot of ways. It's like Pokemon, right? It's like if you like Pokemon, like Personas like that, but like there's more to it. And
I
then
mean, I'd say Shimigami Tensei is probably more similar to Pokemon.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
eventually, like
like
then you'll execute your personas and you'll do confusions and
yeah, it's kind of weird because I'm streaming Pokemon Shield and playing Persona 5 in my personal time. So yeah, like I'm playing two RPGs
one's
that
so much better than the other. It's crazy.
yeah, I'm it's Pokemon, so it's I don't know, it's kind of yeah, it's bad. Okay, okay, the third eye mechanic so good that should be in Pokemon. Okay, especially in the wild area. Okay, I could have saved so much time if I could have just used the third eye mechanic in the wild area. It's like, oh, that Pokemon's like 10 levels higher than me. Let's not do that.
That's great. Have you got a treasure demon yet?
Is that basically a mimic?
You like they'll pop out and like you can get them. You get a
Uh,
lot of
I don't think so.
okay, like you'll
No.
like destroy an item and a little demon will pop out and you have to chase it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. But I
Man,
think
he gives a seal of approval.
yeah, I approve of Persona 5. And I think that for the Persona 5 topic, I think we just about wrapped it up.
Yeah, you've only done 10% of the game, so I'm excited for the other 90%.
Oh, I thought it'd been like 7% of the game.
Um, okay, that depends on like certain dungeons have like certain like gimmicks to them. That can either make the dungeon last longer or not. But I would say like I'd say you're about 10% in it, like in terms of like the main story. I don't I mean
Mhm.
unless you're playing into 100%. But like when I beat Persona Royal, I put like maybe 90 hours in it, and I
We'll
beat it.
see.
So if am I gonna replay it? I might. Depends if there's like mods and stuff. I'll do like PC and
Ooh.
I might dip into that because Persona 4 has mods that restore cut content and stuff. So that's why I played it on PC. Maybe
Oh yeah.
5 might do it too.
But okay, by the way, in the first like prison sequence,
Oh.
is that supposed to be the Persona 4 protagonist in one of the cells?
No, a lot of people have the same hair color
Okay.
because
Okay.
I think this game takes place 5 years after Persona 4 because this game only references one of all the characters from 4 because
Uh-huh.
it wrote it. Yeah, I think it only like shows one or alludes to one of them. Um, I don't know. It would be cool if like other Persona characters show up, but they're stingy.
That's when it goes like full Pokemon territory where it's like, "Whoa, it's red from the first game."
You got to play the fighting games. The Persona 4 fighting game crosses over 3 and 4, but there's like 5 or 6 years between those two games or whatever.
So
So you get
and
to see.
there's already a bigger gap between 5 and whatever comes next. than
If
three
we're
and
ever gonna
four.
get it, if we're ever gonna get it, like if we're ever gonna get like Persona 6 announcement or whatever. I'm assuming obviously it's being worked on. It has to be. It has to be. The amount of money Persona 5 makes. It has to
Yeah.
be. But I think maybe having everything released on all I'm pretty sure that whenever Persona 6 comes out, it's gonna be on everything. I think like now that Persona's on everything now, I think since Persona's been freed, since Sega, look, I'm 100% sure the reason why it's on Xbox and PC is because of Sega. I'm 100% positive Sega
Yeah.
is the reason why it happened because Atlas is stubborn. They're
Yeah.
like Nintendo.
Yeah.
They got free money, but they won't do it.
That's actually kind of interesting because I mean, you would expect for it, it only makes sense if it's on everything. But remember, Persona 5 spin-offs were on everything before Persona 5 itself.
I know the sequel to Persona 5 is on Switch. A lot, and I'm like, why would you want to play the sequel before you play the first game?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that should actually be wrapping up Persona 5. So, which
The
means
Persona section.
all right, all right, all right. Which one should we cover first? The Bayonetta 3 update or Gotham Knights?
Let's do Gotham Knights. That'll be
All right.
easier. I'm more invested in Gotham Knights.
Fair.
Did you see the Digital Foundry video?
I have not actually.
They were so negative to that game. It can't hit a stable 30. It can't. It just can't on anything. All console versions. There and it's next gen only. The lighting's messed up where like he showed Nightwing walking around and his skin was so much brighter than the area around him. It's like he had like artificial lighting keeping his character model easier to see, but then everything else was like dark and dingy. And I'm just and then like the ray tracing, you can't see the ray tracing until you're like really up close, so it's all blurry, and then all of a sudden the image becomes 100% sharp. You know,
that that's
Digital
funny.
Found they compared it to Arkham Knights, which is like there's like an 8-7 year difference, and they're comparing an older game, and they're just destroying this game because Gotham Knights. I haven't seen anything about really big bugs in the game, but like the combat, the combat feels really sluggish. Um, there's like it feels like there's some kind of delay, but it could be that like because like everyone that reviewed not like no one talked about the PC version until the day the game came out. So I'm assuming they didn't give anyone a PC code.
Hmm.
You know, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the PC version is better, but it still has all the graphic issues." Um, I don't. This game got delayed so many times. I think it's the point now where like we have to release this game. Like we have to. Um, this game will never be 60 FPS on consoles. It will never happen. There's no way. The fact that you're on a motorcycle and it goes 23 frames per second, this game is never seeing 60 FPS unless you're on PC. You're just never going to happen. So that's just it's a fantasy.
So it runs that bad, huh?
Yeah, like he was like walking around, like he was just walking, and the frame went from 30 to 29, and then it went to 20, and like he's like, there's no one around. There's just it's an empty city most of the time, but all of a sudden it just like drops down to like 20 frames. Um, it's weird. It's when you try to understand, oh, maybe there's a lot going on in this area, maybe it's trying to load in something properly, but there's nothing. It's just buildings. You're not in the air, you're not flying in the air. And oh my god, like talk about flying in the air. Apparently the frames just tank there too. It's like there's no reason to get this game on consoles. For performance alone. Like obviously apparently the story's not good and the combat has issues. The gear system, they say it's like kind of boring. It feels unnecessary. Uh, but you can play the game with friends. But what's the point of playing with friends when you can't hit 29 frames? Like you just can't do it.
so
I just
so like I would imagine a lot more people would Like if we were to rank every Batman game, well, let's just include this as a Batman game. I feel
Yeah.
like people would be more likely to rank rank the Arkham Asylum games over this one simply because like it's a single player experience. Like they're two different things, right? And having co-op, setting that together is much harder. It's much more difficult to accomplish, and
Yeah.
also that harder balancing. So there's that kind of going against it. It's not co-op's not everybody's cup of tea,
Hmm.
and and then you add these performance issues on top of it, and
And IGN gave it a 5 out of 10.
ooh.
They gave it a 5. It's a
and,
triple A game. I thought it was unheard of.
and do you like so is the combat just objectively worse?
Yeah. He literally said I felt more engaged in Arkham Knight combat. He said it felt more engaging. He felt like he had more options, and I'm like, oh my god, like
More
what?
options.
There's 4 playable characters, and there's more options than a one playable. What's going on?
I mean, the only thing I could see where that would be the case is if imagine Batman's moveset. Now imagine like dividing that into like 3 or 4 and just like so like one character can accomplish like a third of what Batman could do in
Like
the Arkham games.
everyone's different. Like everything I've seen, because I've been, this is a game I've wanted. Like I want this, like running around Gotham and with people, but everything I've seen, all the characters play differently. Like they have different stuff. The costumes look pretty. Some costumes are stupid. Some costumes in this game are like some of the most stupid things I've ever seen in my life. But the combat just looks like no impact. I guess it feels like there's not a lot of impact there. But not only this, like when you're, this is funny, and you gotta look this up to yourself too, Manic. It kills me. But when you get on the motorcycle's actually not going that fast. There's just those speed lines on the screen, and it like it's just so funny because like if you put your hand around your eyes and don't look at the speed lines, it looks like he's just running instead of like walking. It's just it's hilarious. This game wasn't ready. I feel like this game probably, like when it was announced 2 years ago, probably was being remade into a different game, and that's why there's so many issues. It's possible.
A cyberpunk situation, if you will.
Oh no. So,
Yeah, yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Imagine if only there was a tie-in cartoon to like actually, in a couple of years, and when the game's potentially updated and better optimized, and so the game will gain popularity again. If only. Okay. Awkward silence out of the way. That was a cyberpunk reference. All right. So Bayonetta 3.
damn.
Bayonetta
Heartbreak.
3 is so from the last. Well, yeah, was it the last episode? There has been
Yeah.
2 updates.
Um,
Well, I
can we
think.
get a can we get a speed run timer on how fast they destroyed their career?
Okay, so let's go through the timeline. Only I don't really have the dates on me. Helen and Taylor releases a thread of 3 videos saying how Platinum Games has scammed her and how she was offered $4,000 for a whole game. And then
Mhm.
Hideki Kamiya, that's the name I believe. He's like the president of Platinum Games. He might be the director of Bayonetta 3. Somebody who works for Platinum. He kind
Yeah.
of spurred out on Twitter quite a bit. So obviously everybody was taking Helena Taylor's side, but turns out that it was actually because this was Kotaku, or no, it was Jason Schreier, which he blocks me, so I couldn't get it firsthand either. He said the documents that he got actually said is like, oh, it was 4,000 per session, and it would have been like 3 to 5 sessions. Also, Platinum Games was very very willing to work with her, considering she could have voiced a side character for 4,000, and that was the offer. So Helena Taylor lied. Let's
Damn.
not, yeah, let's not play words about it. Like she freaking lied and about like, or she misrepresented the situation heavily. It was like, okay, yeah, the $4,000, that is true, not in the context of, oh yeah, you're only voicing like a side character. So, if I pull up this tweet, Helena Taylor actually responded, and it's actually been quite some time since those documents came out. So, and this just came out okay, so it's the 23rd. So yeah, this came out last night or like
Yeah.
tomorrow morning, depending on your
I
when
saw it
most.
like 2 hours ago. It was like like 9 hours, so it was like almost midnight.
Yeah. So, do you think this could, like, I feel like she might have done this at midnight just to just so, she wouldn't get as much blowback. That's actually kind of interesting. Yeah, but let's read the tweet verbatim. She says, "It has come to my attention that some people are calling me a liar and gold digger. I feel the need to defend myself and my reputation in the industry. See thread," with a bunch of hashtags. As I posted on part 3 of my video thread, I explained that their first offer was too low. That offer was $10,000 total. Remember, this is a $450 million franchise, not counting merchandise. I then wrote in Japanese to Hideki Kamiya asking for what I was. So, I don't believe she said $10,000 in that offer.
I think
That's
the only thing she ever said was 4,000 in that video. For the public knowledge, all she ever said was 4,000.
yeah. So, yeah, the fact that she completely obfuscated the $10,000 mark. Yeah, so a bit sussy at the start. And that's over twice as much as what she said. What she, implied that she was getting. Worth okay, so I asked Hideki Kamiya asking what I was worth. Okay. I thought that as a creative, he would understand. He replied saying how much he valued my contribution to the game and how much the fans wanted me to voice the game. I was then offered an extra $5,000. I feel
Yeah.
this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I
I
okay.
mean, she just played herself. I mean, she just played herself, right?
Oh, a witch.
Maybe it going with Jennifer Hale is a better choice because Jennifer Hale at least is nice to people.
Oh, yeah. So I decided to voice the game. I then heard nothing from them for 11 months. Then they offered me a flat fee to voice some lines for $4,000. So here's the thing about that. The way she's framing it with how she's constructing the tweet. I then heard nothing from them for 11 months. That's because you declined to voice the game. Like, obviously, that's where the conversation ends. It's not like they left you on red. It's
Damn.
nothing. It's not like that at all. What? Uh, any any other lies, such as $4,000 for 5 sessions, are total fabrications. So for okay, to do voice some lines, some voice lines. So we don't really know the quantity of that, and I mean I doubt it's all that much. I mean like if
Yeah.
this is 11 months later, this is either this is just for cutscenes, which there's like 20 minutes of Bayonetta cutscenes, or
Yeah.
just like some side characters.
Now, Jason Schreier, friend of the show, he said that he saw, and other people have said they saw paperwork that showed that she was going to get paid at least 15K. They've seen that, and that goes in line with, the 5 sessions, $4,000 a piece or whatever. So she like, I don't know, man. I feel like, does she not have an agent or something?
All right, let's continue. There were not extensive negotiations. I'm quoting Helena Taylor. I've also been informed of ridiculous fiction such that I was asked for 2,500 wait, 200,050 wait.
Yeah,
I'm so
a quarter million.
quarter million, yeah. I am a team player. I was just asking for a fair living wage in line with the value that I bring to the game. How many people play Bayonetta with the English dub? I feel like there's going to be quite a few that play in Japanese, not to mention the other languages.
Is it even? We don't even know official sales numbers technically for Bayonetta. It's all like what people have assumed or gauged from other stuff. So we don't really know how much money this series has made. Merchandise is different because you can track that. For games, we really don't know.
Like I highly doubt it's what they're saying or it's what she is saying because I don't think Bayonetta has sold more than like 2 million per console or release.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think so. If it did sell really good, 3 would have came out a long while ago.
Yeah, and I feel like this Bayonetta 3 might crack that, tops or might be better selling than any other ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna predict it right now. And so I was paid a shockingly low total of £3,000 total for the first game, a little more for the second. I wanted to voice her. I have drummed up interest in this game ever since I started on Twitter in 2011. I mean, £3,000 is decent. I'd say probably.
I don't. I don't think there's that much dialogue in the first. I don't think the first game's that. It depends, but like, because I don't. To be honest, I kind of looked her up. I can't really find out anything else she's voiced, or it's not really well documented. I really was trying to find out legitimately other stuff that she's done, but I've not really seen that much. So this is possibly the biggest role and the most paid role she's ever did. Maybe I don't know what else she does. I can't find it.
Then okay, why is she burning this bridge like this?
He's mad.
This is just ridiculous.
It could be that she got to see bits of Bayonetta 3. It's like, oh shit, this is one of the greatest games of all time. I need to make sure I secure this bag.
Real.
It could be. It could be because they're taking their long ass time to make this game.
Yeah, and then now the tides have turned about this.
Yeah, I need some tea after this, man. I'm sweating.
Yeah. The comment section is very much they're not on her side anymore because frankly she lied the first time. Why should we believe her? Why should we believe her now? Frankly enough.
I hate using the word white knights, but people were defending her so hard after stuff came out. But I'm like, look, you may not like Jason Schreier, but this dude like has leaked everything for years, and he's usually right. And other people started coming out, and Jason Schreier was like, I didn't know that. And he's like, actually, I just found that's actually true. And I'm like, well, there you go. Game over, girl. She should have just like maybe not said all this. Say, hey, what you're seeing, this is not what it was. This was not what the final negotiations were being said. Because they were saying she was asking for $100,000. She's like, I didn't say that. I feel like she should have a twit longer. Maybe done that or something. I don't even think she has YouTube, Twitter Blue, so she can't edit it. So she's stuck. It's all been screenshotted.
Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate. And frankly, frankly, this makes me want to get Bayonetta 3. In all honesty,
I don't know. Like the first game I enjoyed, I didn't really enjoy the second one, but people really like it, and the comments always been solid. Dude, what if it just comes that this game's like a 10 out of 10? Like this game is like, oh, it's fantastic. It's like all this amazing stuff. It's like, wow, somehow this magical game, it's like it's on PC. It's like 60 FPS. Well, I think it is gonna be 60 FPS. Because like a hack and slash action game, like it needs to be 60 FPS. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
so
I'd imagine so, because Bayonetta 2 hit 60 on Wii U, right?
yeah, I think Near Automata is also on 60. Um,
Yes, I mean,
so it is like, this
I
game's gonna be smooth. Like they
yeah,
like this game is like the last few years they did Babylon's Fall and a bunch of games Platinum Duns have like sucked. My theory is they just needed money to make this game. Like they just needed to make some money so they
yeah,
can release this game.
be,
That's where everything went.
because there's also the scaled game that was canceled by Xbox. So
Yeah.
it hasn't been doing so good for Platinum as of recent, which is weird because they're like on in like 2017, Platinum Games was on top of the world.
I mean, they did a Transformers game which you can't buy anymore. That was fun. You know, the game you can't get anymore. But that game was like 3 hours, but it was really fun. I enjoyed it.
I played a Transformers game on the 360, but I'm not sure if that's the Transformer game you're talking about.
Or for It's either War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, or Transformers Devastation. It's one of those.
Those sound familiar.
Yeah, but there was there was two like Gears of War like Transformer games that were well the second one sucked, but the first one was awesome. And then we got like the Platinum Transformers game was like the original TV show.
Yeah.
It was it was like combos like Optimus Prime beating you up and he transforms to a truck and runs over you and like oh shit that's cool as shit. He's got hands and wheels.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be funny if just Platinum Games was like, okay, we're replacing your voice in 1 and 2 now.
That'd be funny. That'd be
That would
funny.
be that'd be really funny.
That would be great. I would because they because the Kamiya guy, the Hideki Kamiya guy, like but Bayonetta's his baby. Like he's was like the sole creator. Like so, this is and that's probably why he was so aggressive on Twitter. He's always aggressive on Twitter. That's probably why he was. That's probably why he was so mad. Also, he doesn't speak English, right? He does. He gives
Yeah.
very little care about us people in English land, right? So he
Fair.
probably to him while Bayonetta might be more popular outside of Japan, like the voice and stuff to him is what's there. So maybe, and again, maybe he doesn't understand English at all. So what he thought she said was something worse. He's like, how dare she?
Yeah. So yeah, so like from what I'm aware, like if you respond to him in English, he like it's an automatic block.
Yeah, he hates you.
I mean to be fair, if I was Japanese natively, I probably would not care for anything Westerners would have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to learn a different language.
All right. So let's talk about these PlayStation to PC ports.
Oh my god, we have
Yes.
to.
Yeah, because an Uncharted trilogy released on PC, and it is the worst performing PlayStation PC ports since the get go.
So they decided instead of releasing the original three Uncharted games, let's release the last games of the last Uncharted games that are a conclusion to a storyline that won't make sense unless you play the other three before it.
Yeah, that.
Um, so like I'm gonna get played yourself, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand why they did that.
It's I'm looking at the all time player count was 10K. Days Gone was 27K, and that game got bad reviews and stuff like that. But
I mean, I assumed it'd be a more updated version by the time it got released on PC, so it might have done a bit, like it might have been more quality to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not shocked, honestly, to be 100%. I'm not shocked. I'm
Yeah,
not at
it's a
all.
far cry because Horizon Zero Dawn got 56,000, and that was like 2 years ago. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's 2020.
And that game was broken at launch on PC.
Yeah, yeah. I think also Horizon Zero Dawn's on GOG, which
It might be.
yeah, like no, I remember I remember it being on the GOG store. I don't think that happened for any other PlayStation games. I am looking it up right now.
We because we got a release date for the Miles Morales game too. That's coming out in November.
Oh,
And I'll be honest. Miles Morales is a smaller game. I'm tempted to say that it might do better than the Spider-Man remaster.
I mean,
It might,
I,
because the Miles Morales game is really good. Like it's really good. Like the combat is significantly better than the Spider-Man game.
mm,
Um, it's also like $10 cheaper.
mm-hmm. I feel like $10 would probably be negligible, and by the time it releases, Spider-Man might be getting some, sales discounts, especially like not leading up to it, but like if it's November, there's gonna be a Christmas sale the next month. That's probably when I expect Spider-Man to go on sale on Steam.
Spider Man.
Yeah.
Or if you buy a 3090 Ti, you get Spider-Man remastered for free.
Wow.
um, I'm honestly not shocked because who in their right mind is going to play a story-based game and not play the games before it? Like they're on PS4, right? So they've been put on the PlayStation 4 architecture, and then you can just put it on PC. It makes no sense to me why they're doing this. Uncharted 4 is a great looking game, and Lost Legacy, which is also in the collection, is also a great game. But there's no way. I just think that they just want to put their good looking games up there. That's what they're doing.
Well, what's the point of having a trilogy on PC if because Lost Legacy it doesn't even have Nathan Drake.
Yeah, it's a spinoff that follows like other fan favorite characters
Yeah,
because it was yeah.
then why sell it all together in one package?
It's weird to me. It's weird. It's because like they released a collection on PS5, and then like okay, then it's going to come to what you call later. But people are like, well, then give us PS5 versions of 1, 2, and 3. Let's like do that to us. We want those games. Also, there's no multiplayer on these games or whatever. So like you're only buying this game for story. You're literally only buying this game for the story. If you're playing Uncharted for the combat, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like you need to calm down. It's just it's not deep. There's puzzles and stuff, but
as
I just think it's a big misplay.
as previously established at the beginning of this episode, I did not have a PlayStation 4, so please tell me what the Uncharted multiplayer is like.
It sucks. It sucks, dude. It's bad. Like I mean, you play Uncharted, you can run around, like you can climb on stuff, you can swing, you can pick up guns. But it's more of like a fast paced. It's not like you can do like cover shooting, but that's not really how you want to play Uncharted. And it's just that, but fast paced with people jump. You'll see people jumping off and like shooting like and people sniping and third person action. But Uncharted 4 player was garbage. So my question is, why do this when you could have done Last of Us Part One? It would have made
Yeah,
more sense to do that,
yeah.
right? We
The
already
last
know it's coming to PC. We already know it's coming to PC.
The Last of Us Part One. That funny thing that also removed multiplayer.
Yeah, and they
Well,
sold it for $7.
what's your opinion on Last of Us multiplayer?
Great, it's awesome.
Okay.
Factions is really good. There's a lot of it. I liked it almost as much as like the original Last of Us story. It's really
Ooh.
good. It got really tight, got really scary. You're crafting your stuff, you're surviving. It was really solid, and the fact that like they could have just like, hey, this comes with factions, and we're going to update the current version of factions. But we know they're making a new multiplayer game, but they eventually now it's becoming its own thing, and they're adding a story to it, which is killing me. Like, stop that. What are you doing? You can sell it for $70 with a battle pack.
Yeah. And also, it seems that there's definitely issues with these ports, such as like mouse acceleration issues, and the people who ported it, the team that ported it, is not very it's not held in high regards. So that
Sony bought a studio specifically for PC ports.
man,
You know, um, I think Spider Man was like probably their best solid port, but probably because Marvel's like, you don't screw us over this on Sony. We're going to take Spider Man away from you. You know,
yeah, I haven't heard much about like other than sales how the God of War port is.
um, it was good. It is relatively solid, but that game's like like oh, this game's got ultra. It just looks like ultra. It looks just like what like on PS4. I mean, it might look slightly better. Oh wow, you can do 144 frames. That's cool. That's fine. That's okay with me. I think the only two ports that were solid was like Spider-Man and God of War. I think every other like Days Gone had issues. Horizon had issues. Um,
Well, which are fixed now, right?
yeah, it's I
Okay.
think I want to say Days Gone and Horizon they got fixed and they actually lower the requirements of the specs for the game for
Nice.
PC. So that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Normalize updating games to lower the spec requirements and also just making it more optimized.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
Real.
Thank you, gamers.
Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention. Did Persona 5 run at 60 FPS on PS4?
No,
Okay.
it has never run on 60 before. The only way to get it on
Okay.
60 is if you hack like your PS3 back in the
Okay.
day.
Okay, so only the play or the PC version of Persona 5 can be 60
Only
FPS.
the it's only the Xbox Series X, PC, or the PS5 version
Okay.
specifically. These specific like next gen versions can play at 60. Now, you may ask yourself, Persona 5 is a good looking game. Could it have ran at 60 on PS4? Yeah, but I think they're lazy and didn't want to attempt to do that.
Yeah.
Also, there's some texture work in the new version of Royal. If you look
Ooh.
at it, so like they did do some texture stuff for Royal. So technically, if you do get it on PC or PS5 or Xbox Series X, it does look better. There is some fixes
Uh,
with it, so
uh,
that's really cool.
no, not to make this a whole nother Persona 5 segment, but when I was crawling through the vents, I was like, oh yeah, these textures look a little muddy.
When
Look,
you look at like because like there's people in the game that wear masks, and sometimes the masks don't have any textures on it. But it's all about the style, right? It's all about
yeah,
the style. That's how they get through it. That's how I think the Switch works. It's all about that style. Let the art cover up the mud.
yeah. Like it's not about like the graphic fidelity. It's really just about like, oh, does it look good?
I mean, going through the menus looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, it
Like it's
is.
cool, dude. Who doesn't like going through? Like, oh, it's so cool, man. Let me equip this gun. Oh, it's so cool. The Joker, the Midnight Toker, is sitting there having a great time.
All right. Now I think we can move on. Let's talk about some Silent Hill.
Oh, Silent Hill's alive.
Very, very, very beloved series. And Silent Hill 2 will be receiving a remake exclusively for PlayStation 5.
Who could have believed that? That was rumored 3 years ago.
I mean, nobody would have believed it because of Konami.
Yeah. Also, it should be fun to note that while this is a remake, it is kind of a reimagining because they're going to add new content and the gameplay's being changed. It's not going to be the same
So it's
type
essentially
of
like
game.
a Resident Evil 2 uh uh Final Fantasy 7, you could say.
Yeah. Because like some people weren't happy about they wanted just like a remaster, but
Yeah.
I've never played Silent Hill. Like I don't know what like two's the only game I've ever heard that's good, but I don't like tank controls. I'm not a fan of that gameplay, that old school um style. So I don't know, but I mean what they showed looked cool. Like it looks nice. If it turns out to be nice, we'll have to see.
Yeah, who knows? There's also there's quite a few quite a few pieces of Silent Hill content. And man, if only PT was still a thing that existed that we could play.
Yeah. Because Konami doesn't want that to exist. They want that wiped away from history.
Yeah, yeah, just like if you uninstall it on your PlayStation 4, you're not going to reinstall it. You can't.
Yeah. Also, the people that are making the Silent Hill 2 remake are made by Blooper Games. Um, people really hate that studio. People, because they made a game called The Medium, which people say sucks.
Mhm.
They say that game sucks, and they made like Layer of Fear and some other game. People do not like the studio at all, and it's just like they don't like they made like their first two games were like walking simulator horror games, and like People just really didn't like them. And then the medium was an Xbox exclusive for maybe a year or something, and now it's on everything. But people do not like them because, like, I saw more hate about them than people talking about the remake.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Cause for concern.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and there's a few other things. So, from Silent Hill's official Twitter account. We are pleased to announce Silent Hill Ascension, a new interactive streaming service launching in 2023. Hear more from Genvid's Jacob Navok in this special video, which includes a message from Bad Robot's J.J. Abrams. Instantly lost hope right there.
Whoa.
Of course, it's J.J. Abrams.
He's gonna be like he's like I grew up on Silent Hill. It was one of my favorite things. I want to come back to it and practical effects and
Add a mystery box to it. Mystery box.
He's like, and then I'm gonna have it go on to my good friend Ryan Johnson. He's gonna subvert your expectations by making it a comedy. It's silent because no one's joking. No one's laughing. We got him.
Oh yeah, that'd be so. yeah. J.J. Abrams. I do not believe this is gonna be good. This is the first time I didn't even read Bad Robot or J.J. Abrams, or so I believe. And like, what's the streaming service like it shows like chats. Like, are you just like, is your guy gonna be like hooked up to the internet and is like, oh, he can only read Twitch chat to survive? I don't know.
Oh my god. They're gonna like they have to like censor like all the words, so the guy's just like getting like nonsensical stuff.
Imagine.
Or doomed.
Yeah. You want at least it's not Silent Hill movie Return to Silent Hill. At least Bad Robot's not in charge of that. Hopefully. And yeah, and also this Silent Hill director, whatever it's officially called, is all over the place. Konami and Neobar's Entertainment announced Silent Hill F. Yeah, it's a
Silent Hill's about the fuck.
Silent Hill is potentially new game. We don't really know. And there's also Silent Hill Townfall. Yeah, that's basically all we know. Yeah, it's very cryptic, which is very in Silent Hill fashion.
Sounds like a mobile game. The town will fall if you don't spend this microtransactions.
Well, yeah, yeah, and these are just teasers. We don't even know the release date for Silent Hill Townfall.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's what we know about these Silent Hill products coming out.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I will take it over gacha machines, mobile games, NFTs. Speaking of NFTs, whoa. Okay. So, Five Nights at Freddy's AR. I'm not sure if I've talked about this on the or on the podcast ever.
Accelerated reading.
It's augmented reality.
Augmented reality.
Yeah, so just like Pokemon Go, frankly, but with
FNAF Go.
Yeah, with Five Nights at Freddy's characters.
Is there a lot of animatronics? I don't know. Is there a lot?
There's quite a bit.
Could they do a gacha game?
Yeah, because Five Nights at Freddy's AR added skins to the animatronics.
Uh-oh.
So, like, for example, you could have like Springtrap on fire, or Freddy wearing like festive clothes for the 4th of July, or like I think there's Bonnie made out of chocolate for Easter.
Of course.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I mean they're neat. They're neat looking. Yeah, I just like it's an all right game. It's kind of cool. I've messed with it a little bit. How it works. Let me just explain it because I don't think if you're outside the Five Nights at Freddy's community, you are not playing Five Nights at Freddy's AR.
Yeah. I'm
You,
not
you
part of the FNAF first.
yeah, yeah. So this is actually technically canon, by the way.
Oh my
Uh,
god, everything's canon.
yeah,
He went to McDonald's and he didn't get a McChicken. That's canon.
yeah. So like, cause because Vanny is in the game before Vanny was in Security Breach, or Security Breach came out. So it was like teasing that, and also it's kind of a part of the story where after the uh after the epic burning down of the pizzeria, that what the company did, or whatever company took over, started just like, oh, let's shift animatronics to people's houses.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah. And yeah, and but how the game plays actually is just like you have location on, you look at your little map, you see an icon of Freddy, for example, and then you gotta you click on it, and then it goes to your camera vision, and like there'll be Freddy is with you from your camera, but you just gotta see the clues on when you pop up, and you have to hit him with a taser at the right time.
Hmm.
That's his. I mean, it's kind of in depth, but some animatronics have fake outs where it's like they're gonna come up to you, but then you use your taser, and it's like, oh no, I just used my taser and it didn't do anything, and then you die, you get jump scared.
Gamers awaken. Don't let it happen
Yeah,
to you.
but speaking on the actual news part, uh, so the this mobile game is partnering with an NFT company, or I don't really know what the correct term for it is, but this is called Candyland NFT, and so the tweets go
Oh,
yeah, it's very bizarre, I must say.
is this the fall of the franchise?
The fall of I just like to point out how like I see on the trending tab Reddit NFTs trending in the United States. Well, what a huh. Okay, so let's just read this on Twitter, cuz that's it's pretty weird. So, hey FNAF AR fans. It's like, we're proud to announce a collaborate. I just imagine the cool cat voice reading this. We are proud to announce our collaboration with Candyland NFT. Our new Snack Time Circus Baby Skid will be released to FNAF AR on all platforms this Halloween. This will be our first skin that can be purchased through Web 3.0.
Oh
Will
my
you
god.
enter the Candyland?
No, I'm an adult. I think
I
I'm okay.
don't. I don't. Okay, is there an explanation? Do they elaborate? Oh man.
And then what? Something's gonna come
Oh
out about him.
shoot! Wait. No. Wait. Oh wait. I just fell for fake news. This is fake. This is a parody account.
Ooh!
I just God.
Damn, that's hilarious. Damn,
Wow.
got him.
I fell for it. Wow.
Got him.
That
Damn.
okay, but this is clearly a Five Nights at Freddy's inspired. Like that's clearly serious. Okay. Okay, and somebody else in the comments fell for it too. I think it's clearly too late to save special delivery. I mean, you guys clearly don't even care about your fans. All you guys care about is profit. And then the parody account goes, you bet. Be sure to pick yourself up a candy cane from the in-game store this Halloween for extra. Okay. Well,
You got to run with it. You just got to
there.
run with it.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. Illumix is the guys behind Five Nights at Freddy's AR, and it says your brand's portal to the metaverse, which
Oh my.
that means there has to be some NFT shenanigans. Okay, explore all things metaverse with Illumix CEO. Okay,
Creators of FNAF AR
so
official.
and Illumix has not tweeted in a while, since April. Okay, so this is a okay. Wow, wow. Okay, wow.
Damn,
Okay.
we're finding some lore.
Did FNAF AR official ever tweet recently? There has to be. January 27th. What the hell? Is this game dead?
I died that fast.
They I mean, this game came out in like 2018 or 19, I think. So it's like
Maybe that's why people were joking and doing the fake stuff because it died.
this is crazy. These dudes have not tweeted since January of this year. Wow. I I actually feel it. Yeah, I got Babylon Bead real. Okay. I mean, do we have anything else on the docket? Is that it?
Games are fun.
Real. So true. I love video games.
Yeah, too bad you got to play Pokemon on stream and not Persona.
But I mean, it's actually kind of because when I stream Pokemon, like I'm in an office chair, but when I'm playing Persona, I'm on a couch, and that's nice.
When I'm playing Pokemon, I'm sad, but when I'm playing Persona, I'm a Chad.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Just play Persona. That is the thesis of this thing. So, yeah. Very cool. I will see you guys later. Thank you for listening to the Gamer Gear podcast. Here's hoping you come back next time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and follow the podcast if you are listening on Spotify. Hope you all have a good one. Peace.